Hello and welcome to our study in the book of Psalms. I'm Hillary Bernstein and I am so thankful and excited that you're joining me in this study over the next 3 months. Before I explain a little bit about Psalms and we get started, I wanted to also just introduce myself and let you know a little bit about me. So, like I said, I'm Hillary. I write a blog. You can find it at hillarybernstein.com, where I talk all about haven creation and how we can find peace and purpose as we are homemakers and as we really glorify God with the things that we do in our home and with our families. For my own family, I am married. I've been married for 18 years, and my husband and I live in Ohio with our son and daughter. They're both in middle school right now, so we're in the preteen years, getting ready for a teenage birthday, which is so hard to believe that time flies when you're a mom. So we live in Ohio, and I accepted Christ almost 40 years ago, and I have been in Bible studies and then leading Bible studies for the past 25 years. So I'm really looking forward to the Psalms because while I've read it personally, I have never studied it, never really dug in. And this study over the next 3 months should be extraordinary. I really think it will be. I think God has so much to say to us through the Psalms. He always has. I mean, the Israelites have been using the Psalms for thousands of years as a way to worship the Lord and to pray. So we get to dig into the things that they have said and their truth. So what our study looks like is this: that we are not going to cover all 150 Psalms in these 3 months, but we will focus on one Psalm a day and we will study them over 4 days. So we'll be really diving deep into 4 Psalms a week. They are divided up into different topics. For example, next week, we will be looking into wisdom Psalms and really gleaning a lot of wisdom from them. And so it's important to know that to the Israelites, wisdom meant skill in living. And so as we look at the Psalms, the book of Psalms, it really is wisdom literature, and it was written as poetry. The Psalms are included, this wisdom literature includes also Job and Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. So if you are familiar with those Old Testament books, Psalms fits right in there. So we will be learning a lot about the skill in living. The Psalms were written over the course of about 1,000 years, and it was used as Israel's hymn book and as their worship songs, their prayers. So we will really look into those starting next week. This week we're going to start with one short psalm right at the very end of the week, and then we will really get into the books. So I will explain the inductive study method later this week. This is how we're going to explore these 4 Psalms a week. And it's really just a 3-part study method where you observe the text or you observe the chapter of Scripture, in our case, the Psalms. Then you interpret it. You can interpret it just through your own interpretation, but also by looking into cross-references and definitions of keywords. And then the third step is to apply it. How are you going to apply what you've observed and interpreted to your own life? So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like for each of us. I think God's going to teach us so many amazing things, and it's so timely to be doing this study right now. So I'm thankful that you are here for part of this journey with me, and I will talk to you more about the inductive study process, starting with the observation step tomorrow.